It's interesting because a lot of people have been saying that this will be one of the teams that are going to be up and coming in the cup and in the coming league starting next year. And in fact, nung knockout stages pa lang, di ba, hinuhulaan natin sabi, sino yung papasok ng semis? And I did say that Green Archers Globe has a good chance. And nakita naman natin yon. And now they're in a battle for third. So of course, tonight, kasama natin si IE, galing sa Globe Green Archers. Green Archers Globe, sorry. And of course, Miko Mabanag from Ateneo and Mr. Richie Ganaban of the UFL. So, IE, tell us more about Green Archers Globe. Of course, now you're in a waiting again for that battle for third. And how are the preparations also, like you said, leading into the league for next year?
I think this season before the league, before the UFL Cup, we had an early preparation. We had some training camps outside Manila. We went to Iloilo, from Iloilo to Bacolod, and then 2 weeks after we went to Dumaguete for training camp for 2 weeks, tune-up games and other things, just to know each other because they had new recruits. They changed almost half of the team. They brought in some new players. So it's very important to train together, to know each other before the UFL Cup. So we are really not surprised we got into the semi-final stage because we started early preparation.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that help us to get there. And I think we almost made it to the final, but due to one silly mistake from our defender that cost us down. Because 10 minutes to the end of the game, we're leading 1-0. And if there is a problem, we are there already solving. He came all the way from defense line to fight one of the Stallions player, and he already had one yellow card. So he found himself out of the game.
So you guys were down to 10 men.
Yeah. So, but I think for new players joining old players to put up one team for this cup, I think their performance was really good, and we didn't concede too many goals except the semi-final game that we conceded 3 goals. So I think we are in contention for the league next season.
Yes. In fact, a lot of people are saying that Green Archers are one of the teams to look out for, no? In fact, may mga there have been rumors also as to transfers, di ba?
Definitely that will happen again.
Yes, of course. And a few months ago pa yon, di ba? Na si ganito, si ganyan pupunta ng Archers. And of course, you were right in saying that you guys have been preparing. In fact, you guys have been playing a lot, no? Yung Globe Futsal pa nga lang na tournament, you guys were also there. And of course, part of the tournament, how do you say this? Preparations, and those who also put up the tournament. You guys had 3 teams in the I don't know, Globe Futsal tournament.
Yeah,
so
but by then I was still playing with.
Yes, of course.
I already transferred to Green Archers, but my release letter wasn't given, so I played with Global in the futsal. So afterwards I went to
IE is one of the prized players right now in the UFL.
Yes,
he's gone through the Union, Global, and now Green Archers. I'd just like to ask him, with the different teams that you've been with, what makes Green Archers different from the other teams?
I think Union, starting with Union FC, I joined Union FC 2007. That's my first and foremost club in the Philippines and in the UFL. And by then Ian, Yanti, Chifi, Balo, they were all playing for Union FC. Even my coach from UP, Anto, also in Union FC. So it's like I was the youngest player there. I get to play 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like that. So I didn't get to bond much with them because of their level and my level, right? And then in Global, my first year in Global, it's like there was really no superstar. We were all together. Even the boss himself, which is Dampalani, we sit at the same table, eat together, joke, we go around. And then my second year in Global, that's when the superstars started coming in. So it was like there was a little bit of division among the players. We all have our own ways, and even though when it's time to play, we are together, but right after training, playing, you don't see any of us like going around like that. But in Green Archers Globe, also there is no superstar, right? We are on the same level, and also Semuncho Garcia, our manager, is just like Dampalami. Together with us, we eat everything, we share jokes around, and we do everything together as a team, right? We do everything together as a team. So I think it's really something different from the other teams I've played with.
Coming from right, you played in the UAP, and then what's the difference between playing for a school team and then transferring to a club team? What's the difference?
I think with the UAP, games are played twice a week, which is not easy. You know, to play in the UAP is not that easy. You might think it's college football, but to tell you the truth, you need to have a lot of work to do, because looking at your academics, you have different assignments, group work, and other things, and then you have to play in the midweek.
Yeah.
Imagine if you have
Finals
exam on the
yeah.
on the next day, right? It's really tough, right? And then with the UFL is played once a week, and sometimes games are postponed and other stuff. So it's
Yeah.
a bit easy.
One more question. Like, what Mr. Richie told you, you're one of the prized possessions of the UFL. What's your advice for all aspiring UAP players who wants to be part of one of the UFL teams?
I think when you get to the UFL, you see a different setup from the UAP.
Yeah.
Right, because with the UAP, you just talk about the UAP football. But when you get to the UFL, you start thinking wide. Your vision and everything goes really above the level of your playing status in the UAP. So I think my advice to all the college players out there, they shouldn't stop after UAP.
Yes.
They should get into one of the UFL teams to experience more higher level of football.
Right. Oh yeah, as Richie was saying earlier nga, di ba, na dati, the highest level of the competition was the collegiate leagues, UAP and NCAA. Now that there's the UFL, it has become really the country's premier
And
league.
years ago, even the UAAP had its downs. It was just the team and the referee on the field. No one was watching. And now you can see people, even the cheering squad of the schools coming to the field.
Right.
The parents. The football has grown. And with the likes of Green Archers coming into the fold, corporate sponsors coming in.
That's right.
Slowly we're getting there. But again, it's not an overnight thing.
Yes.
The first 3 years that I've been with the UFL, it's been birthing pains all
Yes.
throughout. It's been a trial and error process. It's been a big learning curve for everyone. So we're trying to improve that so that more people can be part of the UFL, can be part of clubs like Green Archers Group, can be part of clubs like Aguila. So and it's not just the players and the management and the sponsors. It's also the fans. So a big part of that. That's why the players are role models. That's why we're glad that the likes of Ai are here. He's here in the Philippines. He's one of the talented players, but he's playing his heart out for a club in the Philippines.
Right. Yun. So, well, for more updates, of course, on IE and on mga UFL players natin, Nico Mabalag also. And, of course, Green Archers Globe. And the UFL, do follow us at FTW Sports.